All right, Jaden, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, thank you for joining us. All right, folks, we've got Jaden Woods on. Jaden, if you could just open it up with a quick statement to kind of recap today's game, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Uh, just went into the outing. Just wanted to throw strikes. Nothing too major, nothing too little, but just to do whatever I could for my team to put them in position to win.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. First one on deck will go to Chip. It's all you.
Jaden, hey, this is Chip Towers with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yes, sir.
You were rolling so much there in the middle. Did you? Was there any discussion when Coach made the pitching change after that inning? Did you want to stay in, or was it one of those type of situations, or you knew, what was happening was the best thing for the team?
I wanted to stay in, but if that was the decision that needed to be made to set the team up for success, I was just all for it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Davis is next.
Hey, Jaden, Davis Baker, Bulldog Illustrated. Just wondering, they showed you on camera when Ben Harris was out there getting out of that jam. What did that mean for you to, stay in line for the win and see Ben come through in a clutch situation?
I know from me knowing Ben personally, I know that he's not going to let any situation like that beat him, and I know for a fact that I knew he was going to get out of the situation. Just to see it actually happen, it fired me up a lot.
Got Jed next.
Hey, Jaden, Jed May. I guess the saying goes at this point in the season, freshmen aren't really freshmen anymore. You certainly look like that today. How comfortable did you feel, out there on the mound in the biggest game of y'all's season and obviously your college career?
I felt very comfortable out there. I saw it as just any other game, just like I go into every game, just throwing strikes. That's pretty much it. Because I feel as if you don't throw strikes, you're not gonna get any progression from your team. So, yes, sir.
Thanks, Jade.
Have any more questions for Jaden?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Jaden, you talk about just attacking with the fastball. Did you have a special onus on that just because your team had a lead and you really want to get ahead in the count? Was that the move there?
Yes, sir. Usually, I'll throw a lot of fastballs, throw a couple changeups in there, but usually I live off my fastball for sure.
Yeah, this is Chip, Jaden. Just the moment. Obviously, this coach wasn't wishy-washy about what he felt like this game meant. Pretty much do or die.
Yes, sir.
How did you deal with that? Does that help you knowing that, or is there something you go through to deal with a tense situation like that?
Yes, sir, for sure. I saw it as a do or die game and also just a game for our seniors. And our seniors have done so much for the program that the program is now that we should have paid thanks and give it back to them by working hard and never giving up.
Anthony is next.
Hey, Jaden, kind of talk about what I guess, the ride over to Hoover was like. I mean, knowing it was a must-win situation. How relaxed were you guys coming into this ball game?
We were pretty relaxed, just a tad bit of tension, I guess you could say, knowing it was a do or die game, what we had to do to win the game. Yes, sir.
How do y'all feel about the task ahead? Arkansas next, obviously. It's never easy in this league.
We've played them in a weekend series. We've taken one from them. But I feel as if, if we play the same as we played the last 3 games we played them, we have a really good chance of beating them.
Do you have anything else for Jaden? Hey, thanks, Jaden. I think we got them all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Cheney, you can hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. We've got Cheney Rogers now. Cheney, if you could just open it up with a statement, recap the game, and then we'll have questions for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's honestly a do or die game for us, and we came out ready to play. We came out the first inning, punched them in the mouth, and the pitchers held them, and kind of got a little squirrely there late. Kind of got a little nervous, but they held them, and we got the W. So it was a good game.
All right, I've got Anthony up first.
Hey, Cheney, congratulations. I asked Jaden a second ago, but kind of what was the ride coming over from Athens to Hoover like yesterday? Y'all pretty relaxed, little antsy, just kind of what was that all about?
No, it's pretty relaxed. Everybody kind of just had their headphones on. Not a bunch of talking, honestly. I sat in the back, didn't really say a word to anybody. Just kind of ready to get back on the field and get out there and get ready to play.
And just one quick follow-up. I know we ask you guys all the time, just what it is about this team. I mean, y'all get down, y'all bounce back up. I mean, you're a senior. You've seen it all since you've been here. What is it about this squad?
We just got leadership. We got a bunch of old guys that want to be out there, and no matter what happens, we always got each other's back. And I think that's one of the biggest parts of our team.
Thanks, man.
All right, we got Davis next.
Hey, Cheney, Davis Baker, Bulldog Illustrated. Seems like ever since the Missouri series, you've really changed your – I don't know if you've changed your approach, but you've really been hitting the ball well. Just what's led you to really find success in the second half of the season and tonight with the 3-run double?
I kind of just caught fire in Missouri. I was talking to one of our coaches, and he was just like, hey, man, just let the ball get to you. And he's like, you're trying to pull off the ball. He's like, just stay through it and go backside. And my next at bat, I line drive, RBI through the backside. And ever since then, I've just kind of felt comfortable in the box, just getting the pitches that I want to hit and just putting good swings on them. So, I don't know, it's just kind of turned around for me, honestly.
All right, we got Jade next. Sorry, Jed. Sorry.
No problem. Hey, Cheney, Jed May. You mentioned how big this game was, and obviously y'all come out in the first inning and get down 1-0. What was said in the dugout, I guess, after that first inning that led y'all to, like I said, you come back and get those 4 runs right there in the bottom of the first?
I don't think anything was said, honestly. I mean, we've been there before. I mean, that was huge for Wags to be able to get out of that with just 1 run. I think it was loaded bases, no outs. And LSU's top of the lineup, they can swing it. So I think we were all just honestly like pumped to get out of the inning with just 1 run, and we knew what we had to do, and we loaded the bases up and just got a good swing on the ball, and anything can happen in baseball, and it's pretty cool to see.
Just one follow-up. You mentioned Luke. Just how impressed were you by him in that first inning making the biggest start? Obviously of his season to limit the.
It was just awesome to see. I mean, a young guy like that, I mean, you get loaded bases, no out against LSU. They have a huge crowd here, and they were all screaming and yelling at him. And for him to get a double play right there was huge for us, and I think it honestly gave us a bunch of confidence rolling into the next inning.
Thanks, Cheney.
Got Chip next.
Yeah, Cheney, I wanted to ask kind of about the dynamics of that situation. You got the vibe. I mean, LSU always packs it out for the SEC tournament, and they get a run on the board. Talk about the dynamics of that. How important, you never know how a game's going to go, but how important was it to, answer with runs right there? And who'd ever known that would be the last time you score the rest of the game?
It was huge. I mean, they could have had a double play right there, and I think we wouldn't even scored. We'd had 0 runs. So he didn't get the scoop, and honestly, it just turned around for us. I mean, we got that 1 run. I felt like everybody kind of relaxed in the dugout. I know I kind of relaxed in the on-deck circle and just kind of got up there and just put a good swing on the ball, got a ball. He hung me one. That guy was a really good pitcher. I mean, y'all saw after the first inning, I mean, he shoved on us. He punched out at everybody. So, I mean, it was just good to see.
All right, Bob is next.
Yeah, Cheney. Hey, Bob Holt, the Arkansas Democrat. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, just wondering what your thoughts are on playing Arkansas. You guys gave a pretty tough series here in Fayetteville. And do you feel like a win like this, when they hadn't played, maybe gives you guys a little edge, a little momentum going into tomorrow?
Yeah, it could. I mean, they'll have a little bit more rest. But I like playing. I like being able to play back-to-back days. So I feel like seeing more pitches helps our lineup a lot more. But, yeah, I mean, Arkansas is a great team. We played them really well in Fayetteville, and that was just an awesome series. I don't think I've had that much fun playing baseball, honestly. It was just an awesome atmosphere, and I hope they pack it out like that again tomorrow. But, yeah, just keep playing them tough. We're just scrappy, and I think that's one of the biggest things about us. We're not going to give up and just keep going.
The fact they're number one and won the conference, does that add to the motivation? Because obviously that'd be a huge win to get for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, you always want to get the number one team. I think when we were there, they were number one, and that was big for us. We wanted to win that series really bad and kind of gave it up late on Sunday, but we get another shot at them. I think it's going to be really fun.
Thanks.
No problem.
Hey, Chip, you have a question?
No, I'm good. I was going to ask about seeing Arkansas again. He that. Thank you.
I think we got Anthony next.
Yeah, hey, Cheney, one more question. I'm assuming Liam is going to probably get the start tomorrow. Of course, he went out that first game against Arkansas and really pitched pretty well. How much confidence do you think that's going to give him going against him a second time?
I think it's going to give him an edge. I mean, he's been throwing awesome, I think, the last month or 3 weeks. And it's been a huge surprise, honestly. Like, we needed it so bad, and he's stepped up huge for our team. It's honestly been awesome to see him go out there and have the success that he's having, and I think he'll carry that in tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Do you have any more questions? All right, thank you, sir. I think we got them all. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
All right. All right, we've got Georgia head coach Scott Strickland now. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. If you could open it up with a statement, then we'll have questions for you.
Okay, well, I thought it was a gutsy win by our kids. So the pitchers were unbelievable. Luke Wagner gave us exactly what we needed. We needed a quality start. Getting through that top of the order is really difficult. 1 through 4 hitters, that's as good as you'll see anywhere in the country. And that was our biggest concern, is kind of navigating through that top of the order. And that's why we brought Ben Harris in the 8th. We felt like the close was really in the 8th because that part of the order was up. And he made it interesting, but he gutted it out. And then Jack Gowan saved it for us. Jaden Woods, can't say enough about that. It was all about the pitching today. We made the plays when we needed to. Cheney Rogers got the big hit, but just a huge win for our program.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. We've got Anthony first.
All right, Coach. I guess just first of all, just get you guys in the tournament.
Absolutely. I think we're absolutely in. And, I had said before that this was virtually a play-in game. Us and LSU have the same records. Now, that being said, I also feel like LSU deserves to be in. They've got the strength of schedule. It's number 2 in the country. Their RPI is in the top 25, and they are definitely one of the top 64 teams in the country. The SEC is the best conference in the country, and you can't argue that, and we should be the most represented in the NCAA tournament. So I hope the top 64 teams get in, and LSU certainly deserves to get in.
And just real quick follow-up on that very first inning, the job that Luke did, bases loaded, nobody out, the ball game right there, the job that he did to escape.
Yeah, it's bases loaded, nobody out, 2-0 count, and with duty up, and you're thinking, oh no. We started moving, we had guys stretching in the bullpen already. We don't have an out in the first inning, and we get out of it. Gets a ground ball double play, and then we get out of it after that. If you would have told me the final score was going to be 4-1 after the first inning, I wouldn't believe you. That's for sure.
All right, we got Davis next.
Coach, I just want to ask about how impressed you were with your team's execution today. It looked like Riley King might ground into a double play to end the first. He obviously safe. Run comes in. Garrett Blaylock walks, and then Cheney takes advantage of the base-loaded situation. Just what can you say about the execution?
Yeah, we had some big at-bats in the first inning. We drew a couple walks. Corey Collins drew a walk. Then Garrett Blaylock drew a walk. And we made Marceau work in the first inning. Once that, I mean, he started working that breaking ball, and he was really tough to hit. But, yeah, we had some good at-bats in the first inning. I think Cheney hit a changeup, and it was a 1-0 changeup that just kind of hung in the zone a little bit. And Cheney was able to barrel it up, and we were able to score 3 there.
Remain is next.
With you having won this game today, is there a different sense in the clubhouse now? You can play free, whatever happens these next few days. You know your season's going to continue in a week.
I don't think so. I mean, we get to play Arkansas tomorrow. That's no bonus. You get to play the #1 team in the country. But our guys will be excited. You know, I thought we played really well when we went to Fayetteville a couple of weeks ago and had a chance to win that series. And they're a really, really good team. We've got our work cut out for us. But we know we're going to stay here for a couple more days, and I know our guys are excited about that. So we're going to try to find a way to get a win tomorrow and just keep advancing.
Jed next.
Yeah, Coach. I think you've said at this point in the year that freshmen aren't really freshmen anymore. That certainly seemed to be the case with Luke and Jaden today. Just how much growth have you seen in them this year, and how much did you see that in their performances today, doing what they did?
I think I actually told Luke Wagner on the mound at Missouri, it's been 5 weeks ago, hey, man, grow up. It's time to grow up. And he was just kind of scuffling and challenged him a little bit. And he's a really tough kid. I knew he'd handle it the right way. And he has. He has been really, really good these last few times out of the bullpen. And then his start last Thursday against Ole Miss, I mean, he was off to a great start. He just took one off the shin. So for him to come back and pitch like that, especially after the first inning where it's bases loaded, nobody out in a 2-0 count, he really gutted it up. And Jaden Woods, I mean, you could argue we could have kept him in there, but, he did his job. We gave it to Benny Harris. Got interesting, but he got out of it. And then Jack Gowan, man, he looked like he was on cruise control there in the ninth.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Chip is next.
Yeah, Coach, I did want to ask you about Jaden. It's understandably why you go to Ben Harris there with the situation, but Jaden was throwing so well at that point. I mean, he was on cruise control. Was there any pause, especially, I mean, just reading your face during the game when they're showing Ben walks on 4 pitches. I know it's the last thing you expected, but were you any second guessing there in your head?
Well, we do it all the time. I mean, as soon as you make a decision, it doesn't go the right way. Oh, gosh, I shouldn't have done that or should have done this. And that's what makes baseball so special. But we felt like the close was in the 8th inning. They had, the top of the order was up for them, and Jaden had already faced him once. Yes, he was throwing the ball really well, but Ben Harris is one of the best guys in the country, and we felt like that Ben needed to be the guy to get through that part. It got a little hairy, and certainly when he walks the first guy in 4 pitches, your gut saying, oh, no. But, we trust Ben. That's why we put him in there. Jaden got us to that point, and then, Benny was done after the 8th. He gassed himself and found a way to get through that, and then Jack Gowan got it done. But, yeah, there's obviously some second guessing when it doesn't go exactly the way you want it to go. But we felt like that was the right move. Coach Kenny, Coach Daly, and I, we all talked about it. We felt like that was the right move, and it worked out.
Thank you.
Tom next.
Hey, this is Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Coach, who do you expect to start tomorrow, and what do you hope to get out of your starter?
Most likely Liam Sullivan. It's 1 day short rest for him, and we haven't decided that 100%, but that's probably who we'll go with. And everyone in Fayetteville saw him on Friday night under the lights. He pitched really well last time out, and he's a freshman and big arm. And has had last 3 outings has been really good for us. So that's what we're leaning towards right now. We haven't named him yet, but we get back to the hotel, we'll talk about it, and most likely be Liam Sullivan.
And what made him super effective here in Fayetteville?
Well, it's just that fastball really jumps on you. It's 93 to 95, and he's 6'6", so that release point's a little bit different, and it just jumps on hitters. It's just tough to get on top of, and he's able to throw a breaking ball, 2 different breaking balls and a changeup. So, the Arkansas hitters, they were very complimentary of Liam, and the coaching staff was very complimentary of him the next day when we saw him. He pitched really well. Just unfortunately, he went toe-to-toe with some guy named Wicklander who's awfully good too.
Anthony is next.
Hey, Coach, I know we haven't mentioned Ben Anderson yet, but he got a couple of pretty big hits for you today. I mean, leading off the ball again, the guy's been slumping 4 yards long. He kind of got y'all going a little bit tonight today.
Yeah, he did. I thought he had a little bad luck on the second double. It would have been triple, and just kind of popped over the fence. But yeah, he had a couple big at bats, and that was huge for us. We give up a run in the first, and it was a shaky first, and then he just I think it was the third pitch he saw, he hits a double in the gap, and that kind of got us going. So yeah, Benny was good for us. He caught a lot of balls in center field. I think he had 7 or 8 putouts out there in center. Played a really good game.
Want to make sure I didn't miss anyone, Bob or Palmer. Did either of you guys have questions?
I'm good. Thanks.
Hey, Coach, I think we got them all.
All right, great. Thanks, guys.